Time for meditation? Yeah. So let your body relax. Take a breath. And just come into feeling that space around you. That space of I am. I am here. I am right here. Right now. This is where life is. Right now. And this is where the breath is. Right now. And let yourself feel that in this present moment. And feel the one presence of love in the room. Of love in your heart, right now. Relax and let your attention follow your intention into your heart, coming to rest in that love and in the wisdom and the loving acceptance and the honoring of the beautiful energy and the words of Kryon.
Greetings, dear ones. I am Kryon of Magnificent Service. This is a time where my partner steps aside. We say this again so that he is not part of the consciousness of the message. Channeling may seem mysterious and odd to you, for it uses the human being's intellect, education, voice, maturity, wisdom, but it comes from somewhere else. My partner calls it a steady stream of intuitive thought groups that are then interpreted. My partner is here, but he's not here. When I say he steps aside, he literally opens this vessel, and through the pineal and his higher self comes the messages you hear. I tell you that so you'll know it's not him. Last time we were channeling like this in another city, we actually defined who we were. But it's not a very good definition, for it's not linear. There's energy all around you. There are invisible things all around you. This morning we talked about the entourage, and it is still here. It's not countable. It's energy. So much of what you see around you, feel around you, sense around you is energy. And energy comes in many, many forms. You tend to quantify it and qualify it. You even want to measure its vibration. And sometimes you can't. And the reason you can't is because your science is not there yet. Question for Kryon. Been asked before. Is the esoteric world something that someday we'll know more about through science? And the answer is yes. At the moment, because of an earth that has not yet come into its own, there are many things that are separated and linearized that will not be in the future. We've spoken of it before. The highest education universities and colleges on the planet have decided to separate out all of the academia into categories: the physics and the chemistry, the biology, the human beings, the psychology, as though it were not related. And it is. There will be some who will say, well, of course we had to do that because each one needs its own curriculum and there's no way we could put it together. Let me tell you something. Yes, there is. You just haven't thought of it yet. You just haven't thought of it yet. One thing leads to another. You can study the one which will lead you to another and come back to it. There are ways of integrating all of it, especially chemistry and physics. And when you start doing this, dear ones, it will lead to great discovery. As long as it's separated, it won't. You have specialists in one and specialists in another. Sometimes they get together and party, and that's about it. They don't really get together to discuss what they're specializing in. How can you separate these things and be a scientist? So the first prediction we give you is academic. There is a new consciousness coming that will see the sense of allying these together through a confluence of study where one drives the other, and they will integrate as they should in a way that demands it because of what is there. That's the best I can give you. There'll come a day when you look back and go, weren't we silly to have separated these things? What would happen if you were learning a language and you separated, this group is going to learn verbs, this group is going to learn adjectives, this one will learn nouns, and by the way, you're never getting together. And the language, by the way, will only be studied, never learned. Nobody will be able to speak it. They'll only discuss it. The language of physics is going to bring you some revelations about consciousness. The channel today is a little about consciousness. Some new things we want to tell you, some things we want to discuss with you. And it's the kind of thing that I love to talk about. Because the future of humanity will change because of it. What do you know about invisible things? Let's talk about invisible things that are not esoteric. Let's go into that which is real and invisible. Let's go into the things that are not even emotional and visible. Let's get to the what you call the brass tacks of invisibility. There are physical things that you see and you feel and you work with every single day that are completely and totally invisible to you as human beings. And you accept them and you work with them. And you say, well, they're invisible. And it doesn't bother you, does it? You talk about gravity. Everyone is affected with gravity. The earth depends on gravity. We have told you all about gravity. We've given you physics of gravity. We have told you that it is variable, and eventually you'll know how. That is not linked necessarily to mass. That all of that is tunable if you knew how. That the quantum physics of tomorrow will know how. It's just a matter of time and discovery. And it follows that which is very reasonable and very logical scientifically. One thing leads to another and leads to another. And finally, there will be discoveries which allow you to do things which in the past would have seemed ludicrous, and they'll become real. Gravity someday will be able to be seen and measured with instruments you have yet to discover. When you know more about the physics of gravity, you will know how to see it in its glory, in its patterns, in its color, with instruments you have yet to design, because you don't know what you don't know. It's coming. It becomes more real to you when you can see the patterns and why. By the way, when you can see the patterns of gravity, you will understand a little bit more about how to alter it. There will be secrets revealed within the patterns you can't see, but they're there. Quantum things do not exist in a way you can see them in 3D with your life and your eyes and your consciousness. But with the aids that are coming, that will be scientific, you'll see it. That's just one. My partner speaks of the magnetic field constantly. You know it's there. Your compass points to something, and it's invisible. This couch of consciousness that you sit in, that literally is tied to life force on the planet, is completely and totally invisible. And there'll come a time when it's not. Your eyes won't see it, dear ones, but the instruments to come will. Imagine seeing gravity. Imagine seeing the magnetic field. What is it going to look like? What will the instruments tell you are the colors and the vibrations? Will there be patterns, or will it simply be a swirling mass of energy? Let me tell you a secret that is not a secret to any physicist or any biologist. Everything has patterns. Everything. The fractals are always there. The big to the little to the big. And the very shapes of the patterns and the designs that you see are literally giveaways to what creates them. It will then lead you to the next step. You'll understand why the grid does what it does. You'll understand how it allies with biology. You may even be able to tune it slightly for health. These things are all coming. It's going to be science. It's not going to be esoterics. But it will lead to beautiful esoteric discovery. We've told you over and over again, there'll come a time when these very instruments will turn upon human beings. You will see a human being, and the devices will reveal a quantumness around you. As it becomes more fine-tuned, there will be ways of actually seeing, measuring, and looking at the patterns in the human Merkaba, because it's physics. The issue, of course, is it's also biological. You better put these together soon, because if you stay in the boxes and the compartments, you won't get it. You won't understand the correlations, the confluences, and how they work with one another as long as they're separate. All of these things I predict. Now, I can predict these things because the potentials are here. The potentials have been seen before in other societies that have gotten to the place where you are with the science that you have. I can predict this because it's happened before, and some in this room will understand the ball is rolling. It's inevitable. There are scientists on this planet right now who are getting insight that will lead to these things in the future. All of it coming your way. Let me tell you something. Don't be afraid. Did you know there's invisible things in this room?